This is Rolling Live. Hey, it's Matt Pinfield coming to you from Rolling Live Studios. There's nothing I love more than to talk to my friends about music and about their careers. It's what I've been doing for so many years now. And my guest today, I've been friends with for 27 years when he came through the Asbury Park area with his band Everclear back around the time of their first full-length album, World of Noise. And we have a long relationship and a lot of things to talk about. Art Alexakis is with us today. Art, good to see you, brother.
Good to see you, brother. How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm doing good.
You look good, man.
I'm feeling good working out.
I'm working out too. I got diagnosed, as you know, with multiple sclerosis a few years ago. And I just changed my diet, changed the way I live. I swim every day. I put a pool in my backyard and I swim, about 300 meters a day.
That's great.
And ride a bike and, yoga and everything. And I just feel great. I feel like I'm in the best shape I've ever been. You look the best I've ever seen you.
Yeah. Thank you, Art.
I mean, you're in shape.
Yeah.
Are you happy?
Yeah, I'm very happy. And I feel great because I work out all the time. I hike. That's the thing. And it certainly helps me and it keeps me in the moment. And I love that. And speaking of moments, I've had some great ones with you. I was thinking about
nice segue.
Seriously, when we were in Albany, New York at one of the many Edge Fests that I host. Remember when you used to play the Edge Fest in the late 90s, early 2000s? And you were so nice, you brought me up on stage to sing part of Sin City with you by AC/DC.
I remember.
Outside, and it was just, thousands of people. And
40,000 people.
Yeah, and it was unbelievable.
Those big sheds just packed to the brim.
Yeah, it was so much fun. And that was such a great experience for me. So thank you for that, among many other things.
Absolutely.
So, we met back in about 1993 and, and it just one of the things that I've always loved is your honesty in your songs, the lyrics. You've always touched on things that have happened in your life, very autobiographical in many of those tracks, or some of them, and then other ones are really kind of your observations, of what's going on.
Absolutely. And there's also sometimes I just write stories that aren't autobiographical or from observations, or a lot of times, like you're talking about, it might not be straight autobiography, but I'll take different instances and create characters from it. But I think a writer's job is to be able to do that in different ways, in different forms. And if people can't tell the difference, you're doing your job, right?
Yeah.
You're being a writer. And that's what I am.
You absolutely are.
At the end of the day.
Going back, Santa Monica is the song that literally it blew up and broke through, and that is very autobiographical.
Santa Monica, the song, is about comfort zones. I was living in Oregon, and I wrote a song about it was right before, we had just gotten signed to Capitol, and I was starting to feel the pressure of it, and I had anxiety and depression anyways, because I've been fighting that my whole life. And it's like, I got close to the ocean in Oregon, and my anxiety went away. I'm like, that's my comfort zone. And then I went home and started writing a song about relationships and comfort zones, with not just relationships with other people, but with myself,
Yeah.
And I finished it, and I named it Santa Monica, which pissed off my record label to no end, because they're like, well, it doesn't say Santa Monica anywhere in the chorus or anywhere in the song. Mm-hmm. I'm like, yeah, I know. Welcome to Led Zeppelin, dude. I don't know what to tell you. Welcome to rock and roll.
That's right.
It's called Santa Monica.
Yeah.
Well, can we call it Watch the World Die? Santa Monica in parentheses? I go, absolutely not. No, Santa Monica. That's the name of the song. That's my comfort zone. That's where I'm from. That's where I was born and raised. That's where I did a lot of my growing.
Yeah.
And falling down and learning.
Yeah, for sure. It's a great song. There's so many great songs on that record too. And then there's songs where you're dealing with the recovery because you finally quit everything, cold turkey, and got off drugs at about the age of 24, right? Or was it 22?
22, I got clean off drugs. I kept drinking till the age of 27.
Right.
And I've been sober ever since. So instead of reaching for alcohol and drugs, I'd reach for my guitar.
Yeah.
And so when people tell me that my music has helped them, I think the large part of that is because, and they might not know it, but I know it, is that it helped me. And when you do something positive for anyone, you know, you put good energy in this world, even towards yourself. I believe that it emanates and it pays forward to other people.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing. Now, the next record was So Much for the Afterglow. Now, I remember hearing the title track for the first time in the opening of the record and being blown away by just the vocal intro that was so Beach Boys, like that right before this is a song about Susan, and just being blown away by that because I was like, wow, where's this record going?
I remember talking to you about it, and you were like, I'm not really surprised by all that, but I was really pleasantly surprised by that.
Yeah.
I wanted to do something. I had a budget, and I had a chip on my shoulder because especially like people was calling us one-hit wonders and this and that and this and that.
And you proved them wrong.
And it was kind of an FU to them. Yeah. And I kind of proved them wrong. But I put a song on that record called One Hit Wonder, which became our 4th single on the record. And my A&R guy's like, man, you're tempting fate. Don't put this song on the record. I'm like, I have creative control, dude. It's going on the record.
Exactly, which is great.
Yeah. It was great that my mom saw me have success. I remember my mom coming out when Brooklyn Fade went platinum. I had this woman at Capitol Records, set her up with a first-class flight down to LA and bought her a dress and did all this stuff. And then we're in a limo, and she's like, what is this, boy? She's a hillbilly.
Yeah.
She's from North Carolina.
Yeah.
It's like, what the hell is this? I go, our record went platinum. She goes, what does that mean? I go, means we sold 1 million records, Mom. She goes, 1 million people bought your record? And then we pull up to the hotel, the restaurant, and there's a red carpet, and there's paparazzi, and there's just all this stuff. And there's like 200 fans out there. And we get out, and my mom goes, wait a minute, where are all these people like making noise and yelling and clapping? She goes, is this for you? Yeah. She goes, so you did good. I'm like, yeah, Mama, I did good. She's like, okay. And then she just rocked it from then on. She was like, that's my boy. People started entering, that's my son.
That's great. Touring has been a big part of what you've done. Playing live is something that it's been a big part of what Everclear's about and what you're about.
We're a rock and roll band.
Yeah.
It's like you were talking earlier about like guitars on the radio.
Yeah.
And and that's what the 90s people talked about, being alternative. I remember where I was at Woodstock 99, and people are like, so what's alternative about alternative music? And I go, really nothing except for the fact that most of the bands were guys and gals like me that grew up in the 70s listening to Cheap Trick and Aerosmith and Led Zeppelin and then listened to Replacements and then Pixies and Sonic Youth and Jane's Addiction and all these bands. To me, it was just an alternative, and I just loved that there was a renaissance of rock and roll guitar bands in the mid to late 90s. It was great.
It was a great period. Absolutely.
It was. Some great bands. Like you, I love the 90s, but I mean, I love all sorts of rock and roll. And I love hip hop. I want to hear Public Enemy and Eric B. and Rakim and this stuff. Good music's good music. Doesn't matter when or where it came from.
I'm looking forward, Art, to the next tour. We're going
to do a Summerland.
Yeah, because Summerland's always been such a great summer package when you put that together with the different bands. It's just fun, man. It's
going to be great. Promoters are excited about it.
Yeah.
Excited about the time. And it's rock. It's just unapologetically rock this year. We're stripped down. We're a 4-piece. And that's the way we're meant to be.
Yeah.
Just rocking. And
that's a good night of entertainment.
If you like rock and roll, man, you're gonna enjoy the show. If you love 90s rock and roll, you're going to love this show.
Yeah.
For
I think
sure.
it's going to be great. We look forward to it, and we'll
Thanks,
let
man.
everybody know about it. All right. Thanks for coming in today.
Thanks for having
It
me.
was so great to have you on here. Always love seeing you. Always love talking music with you and talking about life, you know?
Yeah, it's great to see you.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.